April 16th, 2024, Keep Pharr Beautiful Committee meeting. We'll proceed with call to order. 1A, roll call, please.
Mari Caballero,
Here.
Romeo Robles Jr., Romeo Cantu, Marisa Oliva,
Here.
Rolando Perez, Mildred Escobedo, Laura de la Garza.
Here. Thank you, Ms. Cindy. We'll proceed on to call to order 1B, invocation. Let us take a moment to silence our phones, please. I'd like to ask that we slow down our busy minds and open up our hearts to unite ourselves in prayer. Before I begin, I would like to ask for a moment of silence for those loved ones that have passed away recently, especially for our longtime Pharr residents. Romeo Rosendo Robles, father of our committee member Romeo R. Robles. Mary Lou Oliva Perez, wife of our committee member Rolando Roli Perez. And Evangelina Carranza, wife of our retired committee member Richard Carranza. Father, we praise you and give you thanks for this special time that we have together this afternoon. Also for the opportunity to shed light on all the wonderful programming our city of Pharr is providing our community. We are grateful for all the employees involved in seeing these efforts through, as well as our city administration for their guidance and support. We continue to ask that you enlighten us as Keep Pharr Beautiful committee members to bring creative and innovative ideas to the board table. And most importantly, that we all collectively do your will and not our own. In your name we pray. Amen. I need to go back to 1A. I need a motion on the floor to approve those absent members, to excuse them from their absence today. I need a motion on the floor, please.
I move.
Okay, we've got Ms. Laura.
Any of the absent members for today's meeting.
Okay, we've got a motion on the floor. Ms. Laura de la Garza, I need a second.
I second.
Okay, I've got a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We go on to administrative item 2A, the approval of minutes for February 20th, 2024, regular called meeting. I need a motion on the floor to approve the minutes, please.
I motion to move, approve the minutes.
We've got a motion on the floor. Ms. Oliva, I need a second.
I second that.
Okay, second. We've got Ms. De La Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. We're going to move forward with administrative item 2B, discussion on Keep Texas Beautiful 2024 upcoming events. I do want to acknowledge the fact that before me is the grant that was submitted to Keep Texas Beautiful on our behalf, on behalf of Keep Pharr Beautiful, to the Governor's Community Achievement Award. The annual grant that we vie for through Keep Texas Beautiful, funded by TxDOT. I want to thank Ms. Irma Diaz for her contribution to this. And as far as the future is concerned, believe that the award, the people that won the award, the municipalities that are the winners of this award, are going to be known quite soon, sometime in May. Also, after doing some investigating, the Keep Texas Beautiful annual convention, state convention this year, is going to be done remotely online. So I'm working with two different departments here, our team at Parks and Rec. We did that one year where we had our representative with, our representative with Public Works. She paid for the actual, she paid for like the convention, the attendance online, and then Parks and Rec provided their conference room there at Pepe Salinas and opened their doors so we could all go and witness the 2.5-day event as we could come and go, and they also helped us with providing lunch for us. So we're working on trying to secure that again this year, and that's what I've got for Keep Texas Beautiful. I did meet with the assistant manager, city manager, Mr. Freeland, and he oversees public works and Parks and Recreation. About possibly, we tossed around some ideas about the future of this grant and agreed that possibly we could consider getting the department heads, the four departments that come together here for Keep Pharr Beautiful, which is Building and Code Compliance, Parks and Rec, Department of Health, and Public Works, and get the stakeholders involved in reviewing, because I'm wondering how many of the department heads have actually seen the questions, and that way they can, when they work on their programming in the future, they can consider the general questions that are asked year after year. And the key to this is we're not the only city in our population group doing programming. We're all vying for the same piece of the pie. Everybody's doing programming, but the winners, if we attend and have the opportunity to see the videos of the winners this summer aired through the state convention, you're able to grasp that the programming is tweaked to an out-of-the-box approach. They're creative, they're innovative, and they raise the bar. So in order for us to ever win, that's going to have to happen. But us as volunteers I cannot see how we can go to a department and say, you got to do this, or you got to do that. It's not fair. It's not fair to the employees, because who are we to tell them what to do, right? So, but I think collectively, if we could put our heads together, be creative, and understand, I think half the deal is that no one understands. We're already doing the programming. It's right here. This is a grant. The questions get tweaked every year that are asked by the grant, but it's always within the same realm. So if we all got together and created an action plan, then we can implement and tweak our programming to fit that, right? And hopefully make us get to that level where we can just blow it out of the park like others do. And it's a matter of, we're not winning it for us, for this committee. It's the city, and given all the things that we've accomplished already, the Baldrige Award, all these things that we've achieved, that the city has achieved through the acts of their employees, that this is probably a no-brainer when we think about it, right? So what lies ahead is the opportunity to bring the 4 departments together. And of course, we'll welcome the board to join. Of course, the stakeholders also include the folks, the lovely actual people that actually make the programming happen, which is, you guys that are out there and sitting out there. And that way you hear what the questions are, and we can all put our heads together to come up with some good solutions and some good ideas. So we're going to take this approach a little differently for next year. Now, you got to also understand, we're halfway through the year almost. And what the programming that's gone on already, like if we don't hurry up and make any changes or tweaks and stuff, we're going to lose another year, which is this calendar year. Because in January, when the grant opens up, It's based on January 1st, 2024 through December 31st of 2024. That's it. So if we mean to make a little bit of a difference, we got to do it soon. And then, let's maybe the second half of the year, we blow it out of the water, and then we're conditioned, and that way next year we already, we just hit the ground running. But that was what we thought of. So with that, I don't have anything to add on Keep Texas Beautiful. I just wanted to give you all that input that people have been working, putting their minds together and trying to figure out what can we do, okay? If there's no questions to that, I'm going to move on to administrative item 2C. Okay. Discussion on Keep Pharr Beautiful 2024 projects. At this time, I have been approached by the city manager and by, again, the assistant city manager. There are a couple of projects down the pike that the city their team wants us to be a part of. I'm not at liberty to discuss it because it's still in the planning stages. There's no voting that we need to do because they're going to provide they're going to provide the funding. They're going to provide the direction. They just want to make sure that we get tagged and that we get involved in it somehow as volunteers, but to put our stamp in it as ourselves. But when they get everything hammered out, because right now I could announce it and then you'd have a million questions that I don't have answers for anyway. So with that, I do want you to know that. We have, of course, there's been changes. We've been seeing changes throughout the year, and I can't even begin to explain them to you. But I have no doubt that we will address them as we can and gracefully do what we can to move forward. So yeah, so. Is there any questions on item 2C? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do then is, there's no questions, we're going to move on to administrative item 2D. We're going to begin with updates from building and code compliance. I want to invite Mr. Gamboa and Mr. Dylan Rocha up to the podium, please. Thank you.
Thank you, committee. For the record, my name is Rick Gamboa, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Pharr.
And Dylan Rocha with the City of Pharr Co-Compliance.
No, I don't know who saw the commissioners' meeting last night, but the only thing I deleted was the video. I didn't want the video, just the pictures, because we had the pictures from last meeting that we're supposed to have. That's included in there too. Okay, so just real briefly, guys, let's just go over again, the property maintenance program, the assisted program that we do. It's from building and code, and it's basically all for all our, we'll be getting a lot of different clients now. We're getting a lot of veterans now, and a lot of disabled residents that we were leaving behind. We were just targeting the 65 and over, thinking that was going to be more than enough, but no. They're helping us with the veterans and the disabled that we're also including in this program. Again, like it says, and we added it to it's always been there, but we haven't, the demand was not there for disability patients we're getting now, and also veterans. But veterans, we thought it was going to be over 65, but we're getting younger veterans that have been injured in combat, so that are by themselves or can't, losing a limb or stuff like that can't or won't ask for family members to assist. So we try to provide that assistance also. So, and this is part of our work, and you see Dylan's there helping out. We try to all contribute to this. Sometimes you don't see me there because I'm the photographer besides media, so I get a little bit backlash on that. So they're used to me cutting the yard too, so.
I can attest to that, Mr. Gamboa. or you're being chased by bees.
No, ma'am, no. Thank God, no. I think bees are not welcome with me. They don't attack me. So these are just part of our pictures from last time. As you can see, all of our different. These are our new officers that we were helping out also now. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys noticed, but have you noticed to the left-hand side, apart from our officers, Look at the brand new vehicles we got, and we got them wrapped also with our logo. We're the only city vehicles with a logo like that besides PD.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay,
say.
so
Nice.
Very nice.
you can see they always want to talk, and me, I don't really like to talk, but they seem to attract my co-compliance guys. Again, we're just dedicated to the prompt and courteous service to our community members. Everybody, we were noticing now, I've been here for like 15 years, all our social media comments were a lot negative compared to now. We've been generating a lot of positive media comments on there now. There's one or two that give us the negative, but most of them will put Rick on board, and they're asking for somebody else to go and get an application and inviting somebody else. So we're very proud of that. We're finally getting the positive reactions and positive comments that not that we deserve, but that we need to provide. That means that we're doing our job. We're providing that for the citizens of Pharr. Our 311 has not been that active because I'm thinking either we've been targeting the same repeated violators, or we're doing our job, one of the two. But our 301 calls are a little bit low right now. Okay.
Sir, did you say you're the Pharr 311 or 301?
No, 311. The 311,
Okay, very good.
where that's when the customer reports any
Yes.
violations that they want us to take care of. And again, we did change our number, folks, just for the record. It's 402-2633 code. It used to be the 4222222. Now everybody is calling that, which is development services. Now our code compliance direct number is 402-2633 code. It's code for the 2633.
So I noticed in the photos that you guys have a push mower. Does code compliance not have a riding lawnmower to
Yes,
make it
but
faster?
we've had one for the past 4 years. That was generously donated by one of our commissioners, but they're too big for our property. We don't do half acres. Most of the people that own those half acres, it's brand new. They're sitting in our area. So yes, we do have it, man. But those power mowers are real. We got 4 of them, so self-propelled, so they're real good. And we're trying to get into the green part of it, the green side of it, with all the electric. Or that's what we're targeting now. So
Mr. Gambo, I have a question.
yes, ma'am.
If I have somebody that wants to give a donation, what is it that something that you say I really need? Blowers, what are they called here?
At this moment, we could just call our number and ask for Director Roland Gomez, and he would.
Who was that again?
Roland Gomez is our director, at the same number, 402-2633, and he'll let you know if we need the donations and who it's coming from. Right now, I'm gonna move aside from this real quick. We have a lot of block parties also every 6 months. So for that, we are trying to generate a letter for our local HEBs, local Lowe's, for donations, because we do the last one we did on Anaya, West Anaya. Juniors came up real good with hamburger patties and the buns, and they were outstanding with that, the donation for that. But we're trying to generate letters so we can get more.
Approximately how many people do you expect at your block
Well,
parties?
we're targeting the 100 population mark, and if more, we have a backup for a reserve. We had a lot of food left over and product left over for a party that we had the last block
So
party.
it can be hot dogs. It can be. You want to make it easy, right?
Well, yes, ma'am. That's either hot dogs or hamburgers.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the point of making sandwiches yet, so no, it's okay. But it's,
For croissants.
Or
To
croissants,
me,
yes.
it's always easier. I'll make a
yes,
chicken
but
salad.
it's been working good for. Slowly but surely, I think the most thing that I see on the block parties is right away we're here with the pamphlets. Me and Dylan are here with the pamphlet. What are you giving them? What are you giving them? So they want to target that stuff first, and then the parents are the ones to get the pamphlets. But it's working out good. We got our mascot Cody, and that's helping out also. So
So I'm assuming code compliance usually deals with homeowners or adults, but is there anything that code compliant, like that teenagers need to be compliant on, that applies
That's a good question because yes, as a matter of fact, we're targeting schools now, ma'am. And
Okay.
this one that we did at West Anaya, it was targeting basically that location with the kids, and we invited the Anaya Elementary School also. We passed out the pamphlets to the principal, and they invited all the kids. Just we're trying to do the education on the kid teenager level, slowly but surely, ma'am.
So this is just something that came up. I was working with the kids from Edinburgh North High School, and they were talking about how much they loved the hub area here at night as a hangout. And so that may be an opportunity to reach out to them by sponsoring some sort of teen night here at the hub and do education as part of it.
We're trying to piggyback out of fire department. Fire department has it here.
Okay.
Fire department most of the time has it here, so we piggyback on them and try to give our pamphlets. But yeah, the teenagers aren't attracting this type of attraction that we're having, because you see them 12 and under, 11 and under.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
I have another question for you.
Yes,
right
ma'am.
now that we're talking about teenagers. How many park rangers do we have in Las Milpas area?
No, we used to have a park ranger. We don't have any park rangers anymore, do we? Yes, no.
I think that we need to focus on that. I'm gonna share this, and as a parent, I am a parent of two beautiful kids.
Yeah.
And one of my neighbor's kids got caught smoking at the park. And there was, of course, we have a lot of cameras, but we don't have. I do see sometimes police, presence, but there's not park rangers. And the Jones Park se llena. It's a family place. It's really full. I like to go walk on it, but I do believe that we do need, especially in that area,
Jones Box?
the Jones. We have a lot of teenagers out there, and people just go to walk. It's a beautiful park, and I do see it that we really need, and kids are being approached with drugs there. It's a personal experience of a family member, so.
Very good. Well noted. Well, I'm sure we'll look
Yes.
into that. Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Gamboa.
Okay, next slide. Again, our crew, it's me. We got, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned that to another department there. We got two new code officers from the county. The county did away with their code compliance division, and we got David Cantu. Edward's been with us, Dylan. John Rubio, we got him from EMS. Will Barcenas is the other one that we got from the county. And we got another new code officer coming in from the city of McAllen. So this is going to be our biggest crew so far. So I'm glad we're taking care of dividing our sections into smaller sections for the officers to attend the areas. And of course, our busy ladies, which is Maritza, our health and code, and Lily, which is our code clerk. That's part of our division right there, apart from our directors. And that's about it, guys. Any questions or any comments that you have for us?
I just want to invite again all the listening public as well as
Yes,
the
ma'am.
committee here to download the 311 app and make your, get there. You see you see something, illegal dumping going on. I witnessed that just the other day on Moore
Yeah.
Road. It was during the weekend, and the gardeners at that gated community don't work on the weekends. So it was somebody else dumping on their. It was a flatbed with a truck dumping.
And what we
Their green
recommend,
stuff.
especially illegal dumping,
Mhm.
to do it right away with the 402.
Yeah.
The what is it for PD 4711?
Oh, so
for-
just call directly to
Yes,
PD.
because
Okay,
by the
so
time Monday comes
you read
around,
it,
it's going to
yeah.
be too late.
Okay.
And not to approach them, just get a license plate number, and that'd be very helpful.
No.
I
Because
made a mistake. I decided to call my friend, a past board member, Ms. Ramirez, that lives there,
Whoa.
and just to double check about the gardener. And I mean, I knew, but I just wanted to double check. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the gardener that I was going to get in trouble. And she but by the time she answered, and by the time I checked back, they were already dumped and they already had left.
That's
They
why
do
we
it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They do
And
it like
it's funny, but it's never ending. It's
So
never ending. We can't
he-
stop it.
PD, do you have the number for that, the non-emergency number, or?
Yes, I think I had
it's
it
okay,
memorized all the time. I
not to
haven't called
worry.
them anymore.
Yeah,
But
not to worry. I'm sorry?
yeah, 4700. I said 4711. Yeah, 4700.
Okay, 402-4700, non-emergency
Yes,
calls
ma'am.
to Pharr, City of Pharr PD
Yeah.
for such things as illegal dumping. Thank you.
Especially illegal dumping. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Are we charging people and educating them? Because there's a lot of people that,
That's a good question, Mr. Fonseca.
because they continue doing it.
Well, I think that what I've seen is the towers go up in different places, and a lot of times these people that are dumping, I think they're probably not even from Pharr. I think they're from other cities. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because I see them once and I don't see them again. Like, they're not the regular gardeners that you normally recognize in the neighborhood.
For if it's gardeners and stuff like that about leaving their debris and stuff, we're pretty good. The citizens are pretty good about reporting those, and we usually do catch those individuals. So
And then I'm gonna also suggest, there's a difference dumping on city property and dumping on county property. So, I guess we have to figure that out, right?
Right, yes, ma'am,
But
and-
we call anyway, and the
They'll
yes,
figure it out.
the PD can figure it out.
We'll direct it. Yes, ma'am.
As long as we have that license plate.
Yes, yes.
Officer Gamboa, I just
Yes.
wanted to let you know that this weekend, I know you're under compliance, you're under Public Health Department. This weekend, we had a call over at the refuge. I was there. There was an archery event going on for young teenagers from here from the city of Pharr. And they had two wild dogs. Well, there was two German Shepherds that were dropped off. Somebody dropped them off.
Oh.
Very nice coat and everything. They looked well fed. I don't know why they were dumped there, but they were very vicious towards the public. And so we had several instances where the individuals that were there, the park rangers, tried to, grab them and, try to, put them on a leash or, to get them out of the way. And they snapped back at them. Okay, well, then they try to move them out and move them back away from the visitor center, and they kept coming back. And several instances, kids, how they're very little and curious.
Yes,
They're like,
ma'am.
oh, look at the pretty dog. And because they were very clean, they weren't mangy, or they had very nice coats, they would go try to pet them. Well, the dogs several times
Wow.
almost tried to bite a few of the kids. So we called y'all, and I just want to let y'all know that you all were very, very quick and responsive. And the refuge and the refuge manager was very appreciative. He wanted me to extend that gratitude to you, that to let you all know, especially for the city of Pharr, that you all were able to go out there and to assist us in that, because we have a lot of problems with wild dogs. And the problem is that the public, they usually just dump them right there in the front, and right there in the front is a visitor center. And so, especially on the weekends when there's so many families, they're just, going in and out, and so it becomes a problem with, especially with children. We
Yes,
we
ma'am.
know that a lot of times y'all can't pick them up unless they bite somebody. But, we went ahead and talked to one of your officers, I think it was Sam.
Oh,
And
yes, he's an
yes,
experienced.
yes,
And just for
he
the
was very
record,
good.
ma'am, real quick, I'm not gonna take that compliment for me because that's animal control.
Okay.
But they are our brother, our brother
Oh, okay.
departments. We call Sam, we call Cheo, we call Danny, and we work
Oh,
with each
okay,
other real
okay,
good. But we got numbers for each other for our. But they got better service. They got you called if you can't get a hold of them because it's a weekend. You call the fire department. I mean the police department, and they'll dispatch the
Oh,
animal
okay,
control.
Okay, awesome.
So,
awesome.
for the record, Ms. De La Garza, can you please share with the listening audience the refuge in question?
Okay, so it was at Santa Ana Wildlife Refuge. So, and of course, we have a lot of individuals that go out there. I mean, it's
Yes, ma'am.
about 150,000 visitors a year that go through there. And right now, because it's spring and the weather's still nice, it's not really hot, we have a lot of visitation. And so that day we had, it was over 1,000 people just
Wow.
within 3 hours that I was there. But yeah, it was a very serious concern, and we're very appreciative that the city of Pharr was out there,
Good, good.
patrolling. Like I said, we're very happy, that the refuge is under y'all, and that y'all come out and always assist us when y'all can. Thank you.
We're getting confused a lot, Ms. Caballero, on the public health part.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
still the coordinator for health. I'm still
Yes.
the health coordinator. So
Yes.
before that deadline comes in, when they're going to take over, if they're going to take over, maybe I don't know what time frame, but we're getting a lot of misconceptions. They're sending the health to them instead of us. For public health is public health, and we're health. just
Oh,
health
I
with
see.
the restaurants
I
and
see.
yeah,
Yes,
so
yes,
there's
yes,
been a
yes,
little
yes.
confusion there.
Yeah,
So,
because I
but
saw public health, that's why I was like, oh,
yeah,
let me
no,
let you
public
know.
health
let me-
is the doctor health, and
Okay.
we're health,
Yeah.
the food health.
And,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for clarifying
you.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Appreciate
I
you,
also,
Mr.
for the
Gamboa.
record, want to establish that Santa Ana Wildlife Refuge is located in Alamo or outside the city of Alamo, but it is part of our jurisdiction, the city of Pharr. We do respond to their needs. You could probably explain that better.
Yes, and so we've had several instances where y'all have gone out there. Y'all also help us out with our recycling as well. So we're very appreciative because that was a big deal because we recycle, but before we would have to go pay for somebody to take the recycle. So
Oh, yes,
actually,
yeah.
y'all have been helping us back to when Gracie was over at
Oh,
the
yes.
recycling. So that
Ooh,
was a
the
long
ways
time
all
ago.
way
Yeah,
back,
but she's
yes.
always, even then at the time, Alamo was still kind of helping out, but the amount was so large, and so Gracie's like, bring it over, we'll help out. So this was even back then,
I
and of
didn't know
course
that.
now,
Yeah.
yes, and of course
So,
now y'all are very helpful
you
to
know,
help us out.
That's
Now, you
good.
know why, Mr.
That's
Garza,
good.
she's a key
Wow.
to our committee, but
That's good.
moreover, we have a great partnership with
So
Santa
there's
Ana.
there's something that I can
Yeah.
brag about too
Yes,
for animal
yes.
control.
Yes,
And of
yes.
course, y'all helped us with reforestation. I mean, the city was wonderful. Y'all had a bunch of city folks go out there, do plantings, and that was at our track, our Milagro track, which is right next to the Pharr International Bridge. So we're very appreciative to partner up with the
Great,
city of
ma'am,
Pharr. It was
great,
wonderful. So
great.
yeah, there's a lot of collaboration, and we really appreciate that because it is difficult because we have just law enforcement officers, but that was it. And the county came out there, and it was just law enforcement, but because they are animals, they need to be treated different.
Right.
You
Yes, ma'am.
can't just eliminate them. No, it has to be an individual that deals with the health and the welfare of the animal,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
is sensitive to that. So we're very appreciative that the city of
Great,
Pharr came in and
great.
did that. Yes,
Great, thank you, ma'am.
You'll share that
Oh, yes, yes, I know Danny,
compliment to
I know, well, especially you mentioned Sam, I know Sam real
Yes.
good, yes, ma'am.
Yes, very professional, very wonderful, and the manager was extremely grateful. And so was our project leader. He was like, "Wow, this is wonderful."
That's good.
Said we never had this opportunity to work with the city of Pharr so wonderfully that they come and they help us. Before it was always so difficult. We had to handle it on our own, and it was, as you can imagine, it was it was a big mess. So thank you.
Apart from our trucks, guys, you're gonna, I think this is the last week for this uniform.
Okay.
We're gonna change to a coyote color,
Okay.
coyote, all one color.
Oh, wow,
So,
okay,
and as a
okay.
matter of fact, Jenna's trying on our new boots for.
Okay, very good.
That we just received.
Safe
So,
and
like I said, you guys are thanking Pharr. We also thank Pharr for all the opportunities they give us to assist with all the communities and all our own personal task that we do every day out there. So because I'm saying that because we go out there with cameras, we got radios, we got, and besides that, they have our back on everything that we do, and we got to be appreciative of that. So when you see us out there, you won't see that long face or whatever. We're trying, we're doing our best. Somebody's yelling at us, we have to smile and be our give them our customer service that what we were taught, and that's what we're gonna give for the city of Pharr, because we're also proud workers for the city of Pharr. Yes.
thank you.
I'll
Okay.
definitely show that.
Do anybody have any other questions for Mr. Gamboa and for Dylan, Mr. Rocha? And so my understanding is occasionally when Mr. Gamboa can't make it, Mr. Rocha will be pinch hitting
We'll
for
be
you.
having alternating every officer that you saw on
Okay.
the list, so
Give 'em-
you'll be able to recognize usually they're behind the curtains. Now
Yeah.
they're gonna arise
Good.
to the occasion
Very good.
and be over here in the back.
Well, like I told Mr. Rocha earlier, we don't bite. We're just all volunteers and happy to be here, and more so happy to hear all the great things that our employees are doing to keep our city beautiful and clean and green and safe for the citizens. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Mr.
folks.
Gamboa. Thank you. All right, we move on to, okay, so the next on our item 2D is Public Health Department. So I know that Dr. Gutierrez had mentioned to me earlier this weekend that she was going to be out of town. And so I don't have a report from her, and that is why I'm glad Mrs. De La Garza paid her compliment to Building and Code, Mr. Gamboa, and Mr. Gamboa can share the compliment on animal control going out to Santa Ana Wildlife Refuge, and help with the dogs that were there this weekend. So, I don't have a report from her, and that is why I'm glad Mrs. De La Garza paid her compliment to Building and Code, Mr. Gamboa, and Mr. Gamboa can share the compliment on animal control going out to Santa Ana Wildlife Refuge and help with the dogs that were there this weekend. I have a lot of questions, and I'm sure everyone else does regarding health department, public health department, but I would be remiss to say that I can answer those questions. So I will wait and table that to another time where we have Dr. Gutierrez here, and she's able to produce the information to answer our questions. And again, I'm sorry that there's no report from health department. I know that have been doing a lot of things, filling out grants, doing a lot of great things. It's just that, as Mr. Gamboa knows, when you're understaffed or you're just building your department, you're being kind of pulled back and you're being pulled back and forth. And so she's out of town, and it was not possible for her to be here today. So with that, we move on to another item under Administrative 2D, which is we're going to get a report from Parks and Recreation. I ask Mrs. Cynthia Castro to the podium. Assistant Director, Mrs. Castro.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Castro, Assistant Director for Parks and Recreation Department. So I'm going to start off with some news. Our urban ecologist, Hannah Marble, recently resigned from her position. So we were all very sad to hear that. Her last day with the City of Pharr was Friday, April the 5th. As you all know, Hannah was a very valuable member of our team, and her departure will leave a noticeable gap, obviously, not only in our department and the health department, but for the entire City of Pharr. During her tenure, Hannah made significant contributions to our projects and a lot of initiatives that she undertook. Her expertise in urban ecology has been instrumental in several projects that we all worked on. We thank Hannah for sharing her knowledge and her passion for the field. We would like to express our gratitude to Hannah for her dedication and her hard work during her time with us, and we wish her all the best in her future endeavors. So that was one of the things I needed to share. Another is we have a Paint the Park for Earth Day event coming up. The theme this year is Planet versus Plastics. We'd like to invite the community to join us at the Pharr Vanguard Nature Park and Birding Center, which is located at 1025 South Richmond Drive, for some colorful creativity. We did this last year. It is a contest which has two categories. The first category is for young artists between the ages of 10 and 11, and the second category is adults 18 and older, so that they can come and show off their artistry. There will be some cash prizes awarded to our top 3 winners in each category. We're hoping to make our parking spaces pop with purpose. I know that last year they had a really good time out there. They were very colorful, and we're so excited to see that happen again. And I don't know the time, but I do know that the judging date for this event will be Saturday, April the 27th. In conjunction with that we also invite the public to come out and celebrate Earth Day with us. This event, in conjunction with Paint the Park, will also be at the same location at the Pharr Vanguard Academy Nature and Birding Center. This will be on Monday, April the 22nd. You see it up on the screen, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. What we're going to be doing is we're extending the invitation, right, to have our patrons come out, help us plant shade trees at the Pharr Vanguard Academy Nature and Birding Center. We plan to plant about 20 native trees strategically across the park. So that will already be situated. And we invite people to come on out if they want to come and make a difference and plant some trees. The trees are the trees are provided. Our objective is to further improve our environment and our community. And by collaborating our efforts, we can surely persist in building a more sustainable future for Pharr. don't know if y'all have any questions on either. Yes, ma'am.
I just had to clarify. So I think I heard youth, that you say youth 10 to 11, but it's 10 to 17, is that correct?
10 to 17,
Years of age?
yes,
For the
ma'am.
youth? Okay.
And then 18 plus for the second category.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. Okay. We also, and so that was part of Parks and Recreation, and so we are separating. Hannah recently was moved to the health department, the public health department, and so right now those events are still between both of us. We're still trying to figure out, I guess, how we're going to move forward and approach these events. But they're certainly taking place, and Parks and Rec will be there, as well as people from the public health department. Upcoming events for Parks and Recreation I wanted to mention is we do have our Pharr Warrior Race, our annual Pharr Warrior Race, which will be Saturday, May the 4th. It will be hosted by the Parks and Rec Department, and that will be taking place at the Pharr PSJ UTRGV Natatorium located at 3001 North Cage Boulevard. What this entails is well, I'll tell you what time it starts. Maybe you want to join us out there. It's race time is at 6 a.m. Race check-in time is at 6 a.m. The event actually starts at 7 a.m. It consists of a 100-meter swim, a 6-mile bike ride, a 2-mile run, and an obstacle course. Obstacle course, I don't know how many obstacles. I know last year we had about 15 or so.
I think it was 15.
So it'll probably be around the same number. So do want to let people know that if you're planning to join us, make sure you bring your bicycle and your own helmet, and there are no relays. Registration is still ongoing. The t-shirt deadline will be next Wednesday, April the 24th, so hurry on in and get yourself registered if you're interested in this event. The entry fee for the event is $50. Students 18 and under is $25. Cash prizes will be awarded to the first, second, and third place winners. For more information, you can go on to our website, which is my.pharr-tx.gov, or our social media platforms, which is Instagram or Facebook as well. So far, I understand that we have 35 participants that have signed up, and I know that last year we had about 120, so we're hoping that more people will join in and join us on that day. So, if you have any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Who runs our social media?
Social media is run by our communications department, and that would be Miss Yuri Gonzalez.
I'm asking in the reason I had seen on one of your previous events on social media. There was an event. There was a children's event, and a parent was asking if you were servicing special needs children. And the comment was there like for almost 2 or 3 days, and nobody was answering. And they kept on like the comments. And I was like, I hope somebody's looking at it because it doesn't look good.
Okay.
But I think that our kids' special needs, if maybe we don't have resources, as a parent, I can come and volunteer.
Okay.
I have a lot of patience. And I can find other friends of mine that are, physical therapists and stuff. So our special needs children can be included in all these events.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for bringing that up,
Thank
and we'll
you.
surely make note of that and
Thank you.
make sure to address those
Yes.
concerns.
Yes.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any other questions?
Just a comment, Miss Castro, do you mind sending those to me so we can have them on our
Absolutely.
Facebook, on our
Yes,
Santana Wildlife
yes,
Refuge
ma'am.
Facebook page?
Thank you.
Another, Ms. Caballero, I think that it would be really nice from Keep Pharr Beautiful to make a recognition, maybe a little plaque or something. Hannah did such an amazing job. She's a beautiful human. She did a lot for her community, and I think that Keep Pharr Beautiful should do a little plaque, a little something from us, because she educated me a lot. A lot of things I did not know.
I think that that's like a no-brainer. Any other, and then I'll add at the end. Go ahead.
Just for the general public, summer programs, parents are going to be wanting to register the kids, and you've had some wonderful summer programs. with the environment tied in, which I've appreciated, so I'm hoping that'll continue. But I was wondering if you could share with us when the registration will be opening for summer programs.
That's a good question. Cindy, I don't know. The 29th of April.
Okay.
Yes, April 29th. Thank
I'll
you
be
for
right
asking
there.
that. I didn't have that on my. Okay, yes.
Okay.
So April
Online
29th. Coming up.
and just go straight.
So both, yes, yes.
Just go straight to her office.
402-4550 is our phone number.
Yeah.
If you need to reach
Maybe
us. Yes, ma'am.
just since it's gonna open on April 29th, maybe we can ask the programs if maybe we can see if we do some hiring or we find volunteers for special needs. Maybe
Okay.
maybe at least have a limit of children, because I know that I have a little girl with Down syndrome. Sometimes she'll multiply on 4, and we have to be watching her.
Sure.
Sometimes me as a parent, I'll ask you, do you want me there present? I can be there. So these kids can have the experience, and I can come, like other parents. I know that one of my neighbors loves to come to the events. His son is in a wheelchair, and she will come. We'll come. We'll make it
That's
happen.
good to know.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. We'll go ahead and make a notation on that as well, and hopefully we can get something going. Yeah.
Well,
Very
last
good.
but not least, Ms. Castro, I know that you're feeling the loss in your department, and I know the city is feeling the loss of Hannah, her skill and her knowledge, her ability to put words together and brilliantly, compassionately share with everyone her love for her craft. And I believe we need to do something for her. I think we will wait till we're here all in full,
Sure.
and we can come up with some clever idea for Hannah. She's going to be missed.
She will be.
She's
She was
gonna be missed.
contagious. I know. She got
Yeah.
me as soon as I as I started working
It's
here.
that smile, right?
It's everything about Anna.
It's that
She's
smile.
so great. But yes.
So yeah, we wish her the best.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
It's it's tough to lose a good person,
Yes.
a good passionate person like
It
that.
is.
But we understand that things you move on, you get other
Yes.
opportunities, and you move on.
Well,
so.
we are happy that we
Yeah.
had her here with
Yes,
us
yes.
for
We were
a short
blessed.
period of time, but she did amazing things, and we learned a lot from her.
Well, what I hope is that the stuff that she started, that it continues.
Yes.
I don't want to see us moving backwards. She brought some
Right.
wonderful initiatives.
She did.
And I want to see Pharr continue to grow in that vein.
Thank
and
you. Yes.
Bring on
agree.
other passionate, wonderful staff who can help move the city forward.
Yes. Yes.
I think maybe we need to get with the departments that were touched by a lot of her efforts, which is Parks and Rec, Public Works,
Sure.
and Public Health.
Yes.
And then I believe Mr. Freeland is in charge of all those departments, all
I
three of them.
believe so.
And see how we can coordinate
Okay.
the continuing the programming to continue. For any reason, we do it because Hannah started it, and we just put our heads together and figure out how we're going to move forward and
Yes.
not let these fall through the cracks, right? But yeah, it takes planning, and she was really good at that.
Yes, she was.
So thank you so much.
Yes,
If there's no more questions for Ms. Castro, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Last but not least, we're going to continue with, again, Administrative Item 2D, Public Works. I'm going to call Ms. Irma Diaz to the podium, please.
Good evening, Irma
Good
Diaz,
evening.
Environmental Supervisor for Public Works. So I'm going to be giving the KPI report for the month of March.
Ms. Diaz, hold on. Can you hear her? Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe that, bring them both up, maybe.
I'm
yeah.
taller.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you're tall, girl. Sorry.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to be reading the KPI report for the month of March. For the residential collection station, the total trash collected was 39.1 tons. For the tires that we got, there were 1,170 tires collected. That is a total recyclables of 44.81 tons. For our revenue, At the residential collection station, it was a total of $1,341.92, with a tire revenue of $3,027. The total recyclables revenue brings it to a total of $7,953.30. We did have a trash bash event at Jones Box Park. And we had a total trash collected of 6.45 tons, and we did have 86 residents attend.
86 residents?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's very good.
So we're having a trash bash on April the 24th at our residential collection station from 8 to 12. So every month we do it at the park and then at our residential collection station.
So this month, Trash Bash is at at the one on,
on Mako.
yeah, on
Mako.
Mako.
800 Mako Drive.
Yeah, 495, but the entrance is Mako.
Yes.
Isn't it usually the last Saturday?
Yes.
Or-
Is it the 27th? Oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
sorry,
The
that's
20
okay.
Yes, the 27th.
And what are the hours?
It's 8 to 12, or until the containers get full.
Very good, very good, very good.
We're also going to be doing the Earth Day, the native tree planting at the Pharr Vanguard Academy. And for this month, I'm also having a school in PSJA attend a recycling center for a tour and
For
a
a tour.
presentation.
Awesome.
And then also have Valley View South. I'm working with them with also a presentation at their
Awesome.
school.
So you're going to go to Valley View, and then the elementary school from
Yes,
PSJ
it's
is
gonna
coming to
go-
you?
Yes,
Very
for a
good.
tour.
Very good.
And also, we want to work with addressing the illegal dumping. So we're looking into getting some roll-offs with waste management and getting volunteers to host something to address, the illegal dumping.
Sure, and you'll probably put them at the spots that are targets?
Yes, the hotspots, yes.
Yeah, the hot spots, okay. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Ms. Diaz?
Just to clarify, because I didn't hear, did
Yes.
you say that you were the educator?
Environmental supervisor.
Supervisor,
Yes.
okay. Because there is somebody there who does education, right?
Yes, we do have one, but at the moment we don't.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm the one
I
that's
didn't hear
gonna
the
be-
last part, right?
So a staff position that's in charge of doing the field
Yes.
trips and education.
And-
outreach.
But you don't have someone currently, or?
Currently, we don't, but I'm the one that's
Yeah, that's doing both.
That's doing both.
So my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's where I can't even begin to really explain, but I know that there was a young lady with Public Works named Cassie that we've all met. And she got moved to Public Health as well, okay? So Hannah was moved at the beginning of the year from Parks and Rec to Public Health, and Cassie from Public Works was doing the education.
Yes,
She was moved to Public Health. So what I was explained is that programming was going to continue. It's just under the wing of Public Health, they could do maybe possibly expand the programming. Cassie was not able to be here tonight to give the report for Public Health because she is manning along with Parks and Rec has not volunteers, but after school staff. They're over at the park, and I was going to share the hours with the park space. So Cassie could not be here to do any kind of report, like we're hearing from Ms. Diaz. And then, of course, Dr. Gutierrez is out of town. But they're better able to, Cassie is still doing education, but I know that I don't know, you probably don't know if the education person is going to be replaced at Public Works too. Or
Right,
if,
that's my question is, I'm assuming that you're still going to have school groups and everyone
yeah.
call you for
Yes.
tours and for outreach. So you're handling it right now, but
Yes,
is
I
that the
am.
plan? Or are you hiring another person, or is it all going to go through the environmental health? I don't know if you know those answers.
Okay,
if you don't,
so
it's
At the moment, I'm the one doing the tours, presentations for recycling, but hopefully in the future, we are going to be getting someone to work with me. Yes.
You're gonna make it's a lot.
I did
Yes.
speak to her immediate supervisor and assistant director of public works, Mr. Peña, before the meeting started, and he was sorry he couldn't be here at the meeting because I kind of anticipated these type of questions that
Yes.
Ms. Diaz cannot answer, or I or anyone here. So perhaps let's look forward to the next meeting having maybe Mr. Freeland, Dr. Gutierrez, Mr. Peña, to be able to answer all these questions, because we're kind of like going, what do we do? Or where are we going from here, right? Because, well, the dream is we're four wonderful departments that are doing wonderful programming, but right now there's a transition. And I think it would help if we all kind of knew how the dust was going to settle and reassure everybody it's going to continue, right? So, does anybody else have any questions for Ms. Diaz?
You're doing an amazing job.
Yes.
I'm sorry?
You're doing an amazing job.
Thank
yes,
you.
That's a lot of recyclables. It's a lot of tires, and thank God, praise God, they're not out in the streets. And I appreciate you and your staff and what you all are doing over there to contain it. It's hard, and it's all about education as well. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you. At this time, we move on to administrative item 2E, board comments. Anybody want to add, contribute, share anything at this point?
I guess we'll wait.
Laura, you're good? Okay.
It's only when I addressed our special needs, so I can try to volunteer and make time, or find volunteers for our special needs. And the park ranger. That's it. Thank you.
So before I close, again, I wanted to, the prayer today was dedicated, not twofold. We've seen a lot of our fellow board members that have been through pain in the loss of their loved ones, and it kind of makes you sit back and recognize how blessed we are to have life today and to be a part of this, this effort, and just be able to take a breath and be grateful for what we have. Moreover, the other part of the prayer was realizing that, we come together as a team, and therefore very, very pertinent departments that are doing amazing things day in and day out. No one gives them glory or praise or any, no one makes a comment. And I just want us as a committee to see that this is a forum for them to share all the good works that are being done by them for the citizens of Pharr. This is their opportunity to share all the efforts that are being made. They don't get to go do that before City Commission. They don't get a forum or a venue to be able to share this information. So, plus, as you saw, we appreciate your report, Mr. Gamboa. That was a beautiful slide presentation. It's not necessary, Ms. Diaz, please. But we appreciate it. It takes time to to come up with these numbers and to put them together and to put the presentations together. I saw Ms. Diaz. Mr. Gamboa was here before 5. Ms. Diaz también. Mr. Rocha también. Aquí estaba with Mr. Gamboa. They're staying after work to share their deeds, their numbers, their figures, with us, with the viewing public. And for that, I mean, we're grateful. We're so grateful. And so I wanted us as a committee and the viewing public to understand that the works that are being done, because you won't get this opportunity somewhere else. A lot of people don't get it. They don't know, they don't understand the work that's involved, right? So this is an opportunity, and for me on my end, I hate missing, because I love hearing the good deeds, the work, the figures. I love hearing how we're making a difference every month in our community. And when I miss, I feel bad, because I don't get that update. I have to see it on TV later. But I do, and I want us as a committee to understand the efforts that you all go through. And I'm sure that we're sitting here with a lot of gratitude to you all for what you do. As far as I'm concerned, you guys are the unsung heroes, right? You're making our city what it is every day in whatever way, shape, or form that your job in what it allows you to do. You're the ones making the difference every day. And for that, we're grateful for you. And we just wanted to let you know that. And so I'd like to think that we all will consider, every time we're called to a meeting, that we take that time to say, okay, yes, this is happening, but I can't miss, because I got to go. These people are going to take their time to be there. I got to go listen to what they have to say, because it is important, right? So with that, I don't, anybody else? We're good?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so appreciate you all. And with that, I'm going to ask for a motion on the floor to adjourn this meeting, please.
A motion.
Okay, I've got a motion on the floor. I've got a second from Ms. De La Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all those opposed? Meeting's adjourned. Thank you so much. Be safe getting home. We'll see you next month.